Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of the Autism Microtopics. I listened to a friend recently who said that they only listen to podcasts that are like 10 minutes or less because that's all they really have the brain power for, and that they can certainly listen to from beginning to end. So it got me thinking that, little microtopics, little 10-minute microtopics might be good for us since autism families don't have a lot of time, to listen. I know that feeling all too much. So today we're going to talk about autism-friendly homeschool sensory breaks or just regular sensory breaks. You, of course, want to know whether your child is a sensory seeker or avoider, and then sensory breaks will go from there. So if your child is a sensory seeker, which means that they seek the sensory input, and this child would run into walls, want bear hugs, run around a lot, seems to have a lot of energy, and just, likes to play wrestle, things like that. So that would be a sensory seeker. A sensory avoider would need like the lights dimmed because the lights bother them, or they don't like their clothes touching their skin, things like that. So we're going to go with seeker first. Seeker brain breaks are really easy. You have them go run off some of that energy. So they could jump on a trampoline, indoor or out. They could do jumping jacks. They could wear a weighted vest or a compression shirt all day so that they get that input while they work. I would always do a sensory break before I did an activity that my child didn't like. So Logan doesn't like writing, which means that he was a seeker at that time. He would give the most intense bear hugs. I swear, I thought he was going to like squish me to death for a while there. So for him, what I would do is I would let him wear his weighted vest, or he would lay on his bed and get the blankets piled up really high on him because he liked that. He did his reading while walking on the treadmill, which I don't know how he did that. I would have fallen off, but it worked for him. It let him move while he finished up one of his lessons. So we would do writing after pool time because we lived in Florida at that time. So things like that. If you have a seeker, you would do a seeker activity that they like. If you have a seeker who needs to focus, you would let them chew gum. Or Jojo's a great example of this. He was an oral seeker. He always had to have something in his mouth. So he would chew on his shirt or his pencil or whatever. So when he sat down to do lessons, I made sure that he had carrots to chew on or bubble gum or, something like that. So there was that. And then a sensory avoider would be Madison. And she liked the lights dimmed low. She would like some good smells, essential oils going so that she was relaxed. She would want to do her a lot of her lessons laying in bed away from everybody so that she didn't have all that input coming around everywhere. She'd wear noise canceling headphones because Logan and Jojo were loud. So things like that. A sensory break for her would have been me letting her leave wherever we were doing together lessons and go hang out in her bedroom for several, minutes without any input from anyone. Or I'd let her go take a hot shower, or she could listen to soft music in a different room while I was finishing up with the boys. So things like that. Or I'd rub her arm while she sat there, just, really, really soft, not too hard. Because a seeker is going to want you to do this. An avoider is going to want you to do this, if she even lets you do it. Some seekers or some avoiders won't let you touch them. A great sensory break for a seeker would be sensory brushing, where you'd brush them or do joint compressions during that time. We often did a OT item like wheelbarrow walks or crab walks or jumping jacks, or if they can jump rope, that's great. If they can ride a bike, that's great. But our best sensory breaks were always before we did lessons that the boys didn't like, and it usually involved the pool. They liked being in the pool because, it gave them all that proprioceptive input. Jojo liked being in the pool because he'd get water in his mouth, so there was always something, orally stimulating for him. Madison would like the pool if she could float on a float. And the boys could be a little bit louder in the pool because we were outside. So it worked for both my seekers and my avoider. Nothing's more fun than trying to figure out sensory breaks for kids who have totally different sensory needs. So if you have multiple children, you want to make sure you know who are the seekers, who are the avoiders, and that they have brain breaks to go with it. I have on my website, ourcrazyadventuresinautismland.com, a set of brain break cards that give you different ideas for brain breaks. You want to take them, if you need to take them every 5-10 minutes, then you do what you need to do for your homeschool. You could take them every 15 minutes if you want to. Whatever gets your child's sensory needs met so that they can learn or so that they can attend to the task, you do it. So there's no right or wrong in this. A brain break is a brain break. You can go take a nap and give a brain break, or you can just fulfill their sensory needs, and again, that resets their brain so that they're better able to live their best life, which is our motto here in Autism Land. Thanks.